Alright, what is up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We've got a pretty lengthy Alliance War video for you guys. I'll be on Path 4. Now, I will say that if I mess up anything in this recording, I am not restarting. This Alliance War video was damn near 20 minutes long. So, yeah, if I have to restart, that would crush me. Okay, so... coming out to the first fight, this is Domino. It's rank 5, signature 200. I'm using Dr. Doom. And I made a huge mistake. So in Alliance Quest, I actually take a path that requires me to essentially run the Resonate Mastery. And as you can see, it is costing me an absurd amount of health. I'm down to 70% health, and I have not gotten touched once. I can see if I, for example, got hit with a combo, but I have not taken a single hit. And yeah, the amount of damage that I'm taking from Domino's critical failure is like absurd. I'm down to 50% health. I have not gotten hit once. That's the first time I actually triggered a buff. And I'm kind of getting into a little bit of trouble. Now, I thought Doom was going to be an alright counter for this fight. What I should have done is I should have gone for a parry, full 5-hit combo into, or 4-hit combo into a heavy. Then I should have thrown my SP3. So this SP3 actually does close to 20% of her health. Go for medium, light, light. But she evaded the last hit. And so that caused me to not only not power drain a little bit, but for her to escape and get the little bit of power she needed for an SP3. So she threw her SP3 and yeah, I was gone. So yeah, really sucks that I actually died to this fight. It's not the fight that I thought I was going to die to. There's actually what I believe is a harder fight. But I went in with Quake afterwards. As you can see, I took a little bit of damage. It's from suicides, but it was pretty easy. The fight didn't take too long. She only had like 9,000 health or something like that. But yeah, this is actually the fight that I thought I was going to die to. So this is the Aspect of War Spite node with Warlock. And Warlock, if I get enough stacks of the virus, then I start to degenerate and lose power. So what I gotta do is, what I did was that while he had a concussion up, I actually evaded. This called dexterity pop up, and since he had 0% zero ability accuracy, the spite node did not activate. So as you can see, Warlock is not getting any power, and he's actually almost done. I believe this, I'm not entirely sure if this is a rank 1. I think this is a rank 2 Warlock. Had just over 100,000 health, and yeah, he went down pretty freaking easy. I lost about 20% of my health in that fight, 5% to suicides, and I believe the rest would probably have been from block damage. Alright, here's another fight. This fight was actually pretty interesting. So Mr. Sinister is actually a flow defender, which I made sure to remember. Looking back at it, I should have used Guillotine. I wouldn't have activated flow at all, and I would have been fine for the most part. I just basically have to worry about his unstoppable every here and there. And then I could also have even finished the fight with an SP3, and I would have been good. However, I forgot. So no, I didn't forget. I decided to choose Quake. And Quake, if I end up having to hit the opponent back for whatever reason, the fight starts to get a little complicated. So with this fight, the reason I have to hit him back is because it's brute force. It's brute force, and also the defender gets unstoppable every couple seconds. So if I hit him with a heavy and he has unstoppable, it could potentially lead me to get hit. I healed up with a 1 potion. Didn't quite top me off, but it's pretty close to there. So he starts with the heavy, and yeah, I just start right away with heavies. Go for a parry, 1 light attack. Okay, and there we go. So basically, essentially what we're doing is we're trying to avoid hitting him as much as possible, but we are gonna have to hit him because of the brute force node. So we get hit with a couple hits, and then he has his SP2 ready. Something that's interesting about Mr. Sinister is the fact that when he throws his SP2, now I thought it wouldn't work this way, but when he throws his SP2, he activates a concussion on you, and it's supposed to, I believe it's supposed to be 100% ability accuracy reduction, but yeah, so essentially what happens then is that you lose your ability accuracy, and that includes dex, or generally does include dex. But yeah, I was able to evade out of his SP2. Now I thought it was going to be an issue, but it actually wasn't. Okay, so now we're getting a pretty low on health, going for only for light attacks, because light attacks do give less power. I'm also kind of in a pickle because I'm getting into assassin's range. He had his SP1, and we actually got kind of lucky there, because he could have thrown his SP1 and he could have gotten the degen on us. But yeah, got kind of lucky. Made it through that fight with like 20% health, so it was pretty damn close. Alright, so these two Iron Man Infinity minis I did not take myself. Other people took him. I just didn't feel comfortable with my team. I didn't really want to revive Doom for one of these fights either. I didn't want to use Guillotine 2099 because I wasn't really comfortable with her. Especially because I rarely use Guillotine 2099 in any content. Alright, going on to the next fight. This is a Venom at rank 5. This fight was actually pretty easy. I think I ended up reviving Doom for this fight. Just in case I need some power control for some reason. I could have used Quake, but things that I wasn't really planning to use Quake anymore. Alright, so going into this fight, I knew he was going to have a little bit more power gain than usual because of the node, where the more debuffs he has, I believe it's certain debuffs that he gets more power gain. So it's kind of helping us a little bit, because if I get him to an SP1, and that means it just gives me another opening to attack him. Got a very nice crit actually on there. And I also didn't want to throw SP1s because, so even though the SP1's power drain gives me the aura, the thing about SP1s is that they also will cause me to take recoil damage. Alright, dodge the SP1 in the corner, so we're looking good so far. And yeah, this Venom's actually pretty happy with triggering his SP1. I noticed Venom, when him throwing his SP1 can sometimes be pretty tough. But yeah, this fight, he just kind of throws all of them. Alright, we're almost there. We're going to go for another combo. And I believe we, I'm not sure if we actually end up throwing our, yeah. Okay, so we use our SP3. This should finish him off. And then we get into the fight where we actually build up Guillotine 2099. Speed 3, and yeah, he's dead. Alright, so if you follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, you should. But yeah, this is the fight where we take on this hood. We use this hood to build up Guillotine 2099. The thing I'm gonna have to do before my next Alliance War, if I decide to take in Guillotine 2099, is check out how much damage she actually deals with her SP3, because it kind of screwed me over in the next fight, not this fight, because I know her SP3 automatically kills at 5% health. However, the SP3 damage is actually capped by any kind of damage cap. So let's say it was, I don't know, for some reason Magneto, you couldn't deal more than 2% damage. then that's actually going to affect her SP3. In Labyrinth of Legends, you can't auto kill a champion unless you lower their ability accuracy through Assassin's range. So her SP3 will actually do 50,000 damage, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, this fight is actually pretty easy. I honestly thought, because Guillotine 29 doesn't crit unless you have the pre-fight enabled, I thought this fight was going to take a lot longer. But yeah, we're 44 hits and he's about halfway through, and we just got to make sure we don't accidentally kill him. Yeah, pretty easy relaxing fights. These degens that we are applying to him is actually kind of helping us a little bit, helping us not have to intercept or parry as much. It just basically lowers our risk, because if he can throw an SB1, I can just punish it, and if I punish it, and it's just another opening. It's something about Alliance War that you have to really weigh your options of what you want to do, because if you want, so for me, this fight I just didn't want to lose any health if I could, because I had to take on the Domino next. But yeah, go for the SP3. He has 5% health left. Going in, and the SP3 kills. Alright, going on to my next fight. This Domino actually happens to not be awakened, so we were actually good, because I was about to turn off Resonate if she did have her awakened ability, but she doesn't, so we're actually lucky for that. We're going to activate the two pre-fights, which are for Lifesteal and for Power Drain, which actually come in clutch. And I actually forgot about the Power Drain one, because I was like, oh wait, like, why did her power go down? The other thing I forgot about this node is the kinetic transference, or instigator, where if you hit into her block, you gain power. And the first thing I noticed is that, oh, she's using suicides. Okay, so this might be a little tricky, a little easier, depending on how it goes, or depending on whether she throws her specials or not. So throws her SP3. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not wrong, right? This is the lifeguard, the safeguard node, where I'm not supposed to be able to deal more than a certain % of her health. So I thought safeguard would prevent her from killing herself with recoil, but it actually doesn't. So right here, she has 8% health. I just need her to throw her SP2. She throws it, and the recoil kills her. Bro, I was so pissed, dude, because if she had 2 or 1% health, I could hit into her block, throw the SP3, and we'd be chilling. But I was freaking pissed. Okay, so this is some of the planning. So Mr. Mac actually took, I believe it was a Warlock. I forget the second fight, and then he took a Man-Thing on the debuff immune node. So he did great. I believe he used Quake. So he killed it. Then what we're gonna have is for this Claire and for this for Claire and this Doom, preferably have a Ghost Dude, because these fights really aren't that tough on these nodes. Placement isn't the best. Claire probably be better on a debuff immune node, because anytime you go for a parry or any kind of debuff, she would gain power. That's how her ability works, and so it just makes it a little bit more annoying. But yeah, Claire isn't that great of a defender personally. She might be somewhat, she might be decent, if you have 5 points in deep wounds, because not only are you dealing some damage, but also with deep wounds, because it works both ways. Since generally defenders almost always have more health than the attacker, you would lose 1% health with 5 out of 5 deep wounds. But yeah, this is a pretty close war. We actually did end up losing this though. So we're coming up to this Vision Aarkus. Vision Aarkus is actually pretty cool against using Doom against him. So I was a little skeptical because I still don't really know what I'm doing when I'm going into this fight. I just know I just gotta keep throwing SP1s and SP3s. So I do end up popping an invulnerability boost. I actually haven't used one in a while. But yeah, I go into this fight. I stick a lot more debuffs than I thought I would. Maybe this wasn't a signature 200 Vision Aarkus. But yeah, already the dude's almost at an SP3. And then I knock him down. He luckily blocks for me. And then I shoot up straight to an SP3. Alright, and we're on SP3 territory. So now we actually have a little bit of room to mess with. We're going to go in with a medium, light, I think is the combo. So this does a huge chunk of health. And go for the medium, light. What I should have done is, what I'm not used to is throwing an SP1 as soon as possible. I'm used to doing the combo and then the SP1, but maybe later in the future I will remember that. But yeah, we ended up taking this SP3, but this actually launches to an SP3 ourselves, which we didn't really need that help, but yeah, it's there. So we took one SP3, didn't take any damage because of the invulnerability boost. Go for our SP3, and yeah, because we already have a Fury, this one will do more damage than the last one. There we go, 35,000 health. So going with the light combos, going with the power drain, and so we're doing good. Going for the SP2, and we end up killing Vision Aarkus. So yeah, pretty sick fights. Just gotta learn how to fight him on this node. I know it's doable without an invulnerability boost. I've seen it done, but personally I just gotta learn a little bit more. Alright, and on to the last fight. This is not me. This is Mr. Mac in my battle group. Dude boosted a bit. He used a power boost, attack, health, all the boosts. I'm pretty sure they were all medium boosts except for the attack one, which was 10%, which is the smaller one, and the power star 1, which actually helped him because at the very start of the fight, it helped him with the suicides damage. Right, and go for the SP2, and something that he didn't do, which maybe if he looks back at this video he'll do, is it would have helped him a ton if he used a Mystic 150 or 200% boost. It would make his fight a lot easier, just gaining that bit of power. Like just that, like any kind of power gain that Magic can get is so strong. That I think maybe in the future when he goes for a solo, wants to minimize item use in case of a death, it just definitely would 100% help. But yeah, he's handling this Mojo pretty easily. With all the power that Magic is gaining, it's just limbo all the time. So yeah, it's definitely helping a ton. So there are many times where he's taking like, I don't know, like 10 to 15% damage from her block. He actually got parried there and dropped down all the way to like 30% health and healed or regened all of it back because of Magic's limbo. One thing that you'll notice as well is that he does not activate a buff a single time, and this is one of the strong things about Magic, is if Magic can power lock a champion in the corner, it's lights out. Especially if you can get your intercepts in and it just don't get hit, basically. But even if you do get hit, you do regen it back if you survive. So yeah, it's just Magic is still a strong champion. However, it's just there have been some champions that make her a little bit less effective in Alliance War, especially where the meta is going. We have champions like Man-Thing. I've actually been here. I've been seeing in line chats of a rank 3 6-star Man-Thing as an Alliance War boss. I believe this is actually Kenobi, and the dude has 500,000 health, which is pretty insane. Like it's pretty much a guaranteed timeout unless like you use the right counter, which would be pretty much Human Torch. It would be the best counter for that. But yeah, sick fight, Mr. Mac. I hope you guys enjoyed that Alliance War video, and with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.